Let's go live to Gladstone. Here's the Prime Minister.
Aluminium industry play here in Gladstone and central Queensland in employing Queenslanders and creating value for Australia. What we have here, of course, is the bauxite mined there in Cape York, brought around here, value adding here in Australia. And this is what we want to see. I want a future made in Australia, and I want more jobs created in value adding right here in Queensland and right throughout Australia. We are going to make Australian steel and aluminium the best in the world. And we're doing that by working with companies like Rio Tinto and BlueScope to make sure that they can decarbonise so that they're in a competitive position, which means their goods and their products will be in demand right throughout the world. Of course, most of the product here that's produced is for Australia, for domestic use. But in addition to that, it's a great export industry for Australia. Everyone will value this product because of its high quality. And I want Australian workers to make more things here in Australia. In next week's budget, you will have a bit more to say as well about buying Australian, about making sure that Australian consumers can also play their role in assisting the creation and maintenance of Australian jobs and Australian economic activity. But this is so important. And it's great to be here with Helen, our Labor candidate for Flynn. I think she's an outstanding candidate. She's someone who's lived in this area 4 decades here in central Queensland. She's raising a family here with 2 children. She is someone who's a small business owner here in central Queensland as well. Someone who's a veteran and served in the Australian Army and now wants to take that career of service into a new realm, into the House of Representatives. This seat needs someone who will stand up for central Queensland, stand up for jobs and stand up for a future made in Australia. And I'm very confident that Helen will be an outstanding member. We'll be campaigning really hard in the lead up to the election in May, not long to go now, and the contrast can't be starker between my government that stands up for Australian interests and Peter Dutton, who last week had an opportunity to actually stand up for Australia and instead chose to back in the Trump administration with their tariffs rather than standing up for Australian jobs and Australian industry. Well, we'll continue to make our case, not just to the United States, but around the world, backing our jobs and backing Australian industry, because that's what my government's committed to do.